The performance marketing team here at Triple Dart runs Meta on more than 100 B2B SaaS accounts. We've had the official Meta Ads MCP connected on every one of those accounts since it launched. Over 4 months of live use, a list of things the MCP gets wrong that almost nobody talks about, and the account plan question answered with a real number is what we'll be covering in this video. Most videos on Meta Ads MCPs cover only the installing. We will cover that, but we'll also cover what happens after that. First, setup. That's the shortest part of this video. The official MCP server URL is on screen. Inside Claude, go to Settings, then Connectors, then add custom connector. Name it Meta Ads. Paste the server URL, click Connect. The OAuth flow opens. You pick the Meta business account. You grant the permission Meta asks for, and you're done. The MCP shows up as connected in your Claude session. One toggle worth checking. Default is read-write. We run it read-only on every account by explicitly setting permissions in the connector config. Nothing in our workflow needs Claude to write to Meta. Read-only removes a category of mistake that we'd rather not have. Now coming to the daily prompt. Every morning at 9 or 10, the prompt on screen runs against the account and the output goes into the paid leads daily stand-up note. 3 minutes per account, fully automated. The prompt is finished, 3 things baked in. Account ID, look back window of yesterday versus the trailing 7 days. Objective metric, the one we are paid against on this retailer. Usually leads are qualified leads. Claude pulls spend, the objective and cost per objective, then writes a 4-line summary. Yesterday's spend, yesterday's leads, cost per lead, week over week delta on cost per lead. The output is a paragraph, not a dashboard. The paid lead reads it in 15 seconds, decides if anything needs intervention. Most days, nothing does. Let me quickly explain how this skill evolved. Now, V1 of this daily routine was the obvious version. Tell us how Meta did yesterday on this account, free texting. The Meta MCP would happily run a query and return answers. In the second version, what we did was we fetched the prompt. The output became one paragraph with 4 numbers in it every day. This made it easy to scan and easy to spot anomalies. Now, this is the same lesson as the broader connector pattern. Free text against a real system gives you interesting on day 1 and noise by day 14. Now, things that Meta Ads MCP gets wrong is the part that most people don't cover. Now, first, attribution windows. The MCP returns whatever attribution window is set in your Meta Events Manager by default. If you have a 1-day click in Events Manager and you ask for a 7-day window in your prompt, the MCP doesn't always honor the prompt. The workaround is to state the attribution window twice in the prompt, once at the top and once next to each metric. We have a phrase the MCP respects on screen. Second, conversion lift. The MCP cannot return conversion lift studies. Meta's API does expose them, the MCP doesn't surface them. If you ask, the MCP makes up something that looks like a lift number. Don't let it do that. We added an explicit instruction to refuse to compute lift in our standard prompt block. Third, the CPM lies. CPM in the MCP rolls up across placements. If your campaign mixes feed and reels and stories, the rolled up CPM is meaningless. We force a placement breakdown in every prompt that touches CPM. One line of prompt, a real number out the other side. Now, the account ban question. The first wave of Meta MCP videos was about the unofficial scripts, the ones that scraped Meta directly and got accounts suspended. People are still nervous because of that about the official MCP for the same reason. Now, we have 80 plus accounts connected through the official MCP since it launched. Window of around 2 to 3 months as of this recording. Bans across the population was 0. Warnings 0. Suspensions 0. The official MCP runs through Meta's own infrastructure. The API calls are rate limited the same way Meta rate limits every approved partner. And the permissions are scoped to what you grant in your OAuth. The unofficial scripts had a real ban problem. The official MCP does not. If you held off because of that old story, the new story is 2 months of clean runs across a real portfolio. Now, about when each tool wins. MCP wins on speed to answer for any question framed in plain English. How did this campaign go last week? Why did Prosper lead jump? Give me a creative fatigue cue. All of those are 15 seconds in Claude. None of them are 15 seconds in Looker. Looker still wins on time series across many accounts and on shared dashboards and non-AI audience reads. The MCP can produce a number for one account at a time fast. Looker produces the same number across 30 accounts in one chart, and that chart sits in a dashboard that 10 people open every Monday. So it's different jobs basically. Ads manager is a non-negotiable for everything that touches the ad line. Creating a campaign, editing budgets, pausing ads, anything right side. The MCP should be a read layer. For us, Ads Manager is the only place that we trust right side actions by humans with the change history meta logs. Now, coming to the Monday QBR workflow end to end. This is the prompt chain that ships the client update each week. Step 1 is the structured pull. Same fenced topic as the daily, but window is the trailing week and the prior training week. Output is the same 4-line summary, but 2 of them. Step 2 is classification. Claude reads the 2 summaries and tags the change. Stable, improving, degrading, and ambiguous. Tag is one word, not a commentary. Step 3 is the creative fatigue scan. The true signal and gate prompt run inside the same chat. CTR drop and CPM rise on the same ad set in the same window. Output is the refresh queue ranked by spend at risk. Step 4 is the draft client update. Claude takes the tag change plus the refresh queue and writes a draft against the format the client expects. The format file is in the account's Notion page. The human reviews, edits, sends. 12 minutes a week per account end to end. This used to be 1 hour plus. Now, across the 4 prompts and months of live use, 2 patterns have emerged. First, census in the prompt beats the text anytime. Account ID, window, objective metric, 3 lines that turn the MCP from interesting to useful. Second, prompts that touch a client deliverable need checkpoints. The MCP plus the model is fast enough that you can break a 5-minute task into 4 1-minute steps and still come out faster than doing it by hand. But without checkpoints, the output isn't trustworthy enough. So the Meta Ads setup is pretty simple. The 4 prompts that you saw, screenshots whatever is useful for your own. If you want the equivalent walkthrough on Google Ads MCP or the LinkedIn ads workaround that we built, leave a comment. The site link is in the description if you want to talk to us about running this kind of stack across your portfolio. Thanks for watching.